Hey guys, Helen here from Kale Running Co with another running shoe review. In this review, I'm taking a look at the Asics Gel Nimbus 26. In this review, I'm going to be going over the key features of these Asics running shoes, what kind of runner and running are they for, how they perform when you run in them, and ultimately whether they're worth the $160 price tag, or in the case of my colorway, which is the Light Show edition with additional reflective details, $170 price tag. So first off, a quick overview of these running shoes and the key specifications. These are max cushion road running shoes. So they're one of the most cushioned running shoes that Asics does, and they're designed specifically to provide you that level of cushioning, whether you want to run long distances in them or you just appreciate having a lot of cushioning in your running shoe. So these shoes have an 8mm drop from heel to toe. Stack height here is 41mm at the back and 33mm at the front. You've got a lot of cushioning here in the heel, but the cushioning runs throughout the whole shoe. So it's really well suited to people who tend to heel strike when they run because you've got a lot of cushioning at the back here, but you do have plenty of cushioning at the front as well. These shoes weigh 9 ounces for my size, which is a US woman's 7.5. That's kind of a pretty lightweight shoe considering it is a maximum cushion shoe. It features a mesh upper, woven mesh upper. The mesh is made with 75% recycled fabric. It's got holes in it for breathability. I'd say it's kind of a medium level of breathability, not the most breathable road running shoe you're going to come across, but it isn't the warmest running shoe either. So if you're looking at buying this shoe for running in summer, depending on how hot it is, you may want a more breathable shoe than this, but for most climates it's going to be pretty good. It's going to give you enough breathability, especially if you're wearing thinner running socks in the shoe. This mesh upper is pretty stretchy and that follows through to the tongue, which is made out of the same material. So you can see here the tongue is pretty stretchy. It's not one of the sort of firmer rubberized tongues that you get on other running shoes. This one's very much more like a sock. So that's a pretty nice feature. And then those sock-like features follow through the rest of the shoe. You can see here, this is like a collar made out of stretchy material, and the heel tab, which helps you pull the shoe on, is also made of a stretchy material. And that's a feature I personally really like. If you like having a heel tab to help you get the shoe on, then that's going to be something you really appreciate as well. In terms of support and stability, these are a neutral road running shoe, so they don't have any additional features to support people who tend to pronate, that's kind of turn your foot in as you run. They're neutral, which is going to suit most runners who are looking for basically just a maximum cushion running shoe for all your training runs as well as potentially race day, depending on your goals. A quick look at the outsole then. The outsole on this shoe provides pretty good coverage throughout the length of the shoe. It also wraps up over the toe. So you do have quite a bit of protection on your toe as well for a road running shoe. And so if you do tend to run on hills, if it's kind of hilly roads where you live, then you do have a bit of traction on the front here, which is a nice feature to have on your running shoes. Lastly, on key specifications, let's talk about fit. So these shoes fit true to size. So if you choose your usual size, stick with your usual size for these shoes, then you should be pretty happy with that. They've got a regular kind of width, so not particularly wide here, but you do have quite a bit of stretch in the woven mesh. If you've got normal width feet, they're going to suit you pretty well here. Lengthwise, I would not suggest you size up to achieve any additional length. If you wear your usual size, you'll have plenty of room in the toe area as well. If you're enjoying this review, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. Okay, so let's talk about performance of these running shoes. What are they like to run in, and what kind of running, what kind of distances are they best suited to? So I've been wearing these shoes for running around my local cycle paths and roads around here in Northern California, and I've been running in them for distances varying from just a couple of miles up to around 10 miles or so. These shoes are maximum cushion, as I've already described. So if you value having a lot of cushioning in your shoe to support you as you land, then these shoes are probably going to appeal to you. They're going to particularly appeal to you if you tend to land more on your heel. That's because you've got so much cushioning here that you're really going to find that you get a soft landing. And generally when you're landing on your heel, it's not the best biomechanics. These shoes are going to help compensate for that. And then you also have cushioning throughout the rest of the shoe so that when you toe off, you've got cushioning and flex here to help you continue with your run. Now, I don't tend to heel strike myself. I kind of tend to land on the middle or even the forefoot of my shoe, depending on what kind of shoes I'm wearing, because the shoes do tend to influence how you run. But you'll be pleased to know that there's plenty of cushioning throughout this section of the front of the shoe as well. So it really does have that kind of cushy feeling as you step into them. I've been very happy running in them over these sort of distances that I've described. They're pretty bouncy for me. As I said, I do tend to land here, but I do get quite a lot of responsive bounciness out of them, which is surprising for a max cushion shoe. That being said, because I don't tend to land in this section of the shoe, I'm personally not taking the most advantage out of having all this cushioning. So when it comes to thinking about what kind of running shoe is best for you, have a think about how you land as you run, because if you're not going to take advantage of this, and I wouldn't suggest you change your style to land on your heel so that you can enjoy these shoes more, but if you don't tend to land on your heel, then maybe another shoe might be better. You're just going to get away with a lighter weight shoe, which ultimately, particularly over those longer distances, you're going to feel the benefit of, because you're not carrying around that additional couple of ounces on your feet. An example of a slightly lighter weight shoe with medium cushioning, so still plenty of cushioning, very similar fit, is the kind of equally popular Asics Gel Cumulus 26. So that's another Asics road running shoe that's for neutral runners, that's got a bit less cushioning. It's a bit lighter. The 26th edition has very similar kind of mesh upper, stretchy tongue. It's pretty nice. I've recently reviewed that on Trail and Kale as well, and I'll put a link up here to where you can watch the video review of that shoe as well. That might be a little bit better suited to you if you don't need all of the cushioning in the Gel Nimbus. The Gel Nimbus is kind of very plush, whereas the Gel Cumulus is fairly plush. In terms of distances that you can run in these shoes, they're a very popular shoe for first marathons and, for that matter, repeated marathon runners. If you enjoy having the cushioning here, and particularly when you're doing those longer training runs for your marathon, which, you know, can get boring and can be kind of hard on your body, quite punishing when you get into that sort of peak training phase, then you probably would appreciate having this additional cushioning. I personally find that when I start to get tired on those longer runs, when I'm pushing my limits a little bit, maybe my form isn't as good as it should be. Maybe I tend to get a bit more tired. I'm landing a bit further back on my foot, and actually my body really appreciates having that additional cushioning. So I'm going to be hanging onto these shoes for those longer runs where I just want to have cushioning regardless of where I land. I don't want to be thinking about maintaining excellent running form. Well, actually, maybe I don't personally have excellent running form, but maintaining the best running form I can. I don't want a shoe that's going to just provide cushioning on the pavements where I run around here. At $160 or $170 for this particular colorway with the additional reflective details, these are more expensive than some other road running shoes that you can pick up for the region of $140, such as the Cumulus that I already mentioned. But for that money, you are getting that extra level of cushioning, and you're getting a very plush ride. Very plush. I mean, I'll overlay a picture of this, but you can see there's a lot of cushioning on the inside of the collar area here, as well as on the insole. It is a really nice shoe. And also, I think if you're looking at these trainers just as like a daily trainer for walking in that you could also run in if you wanted to, I think you're going to be very happy with these. It may be worth you noting if you don't like the bright colors. I do, but some people don't. If you want a kind of more muted color, perhaps you're looking for something to wear all day on your feet for work, for example, these Asics Gel Nimbus running shoes do come in more muted colorways, such as black, for example. Well, that's it from me in this Asics Gel Nimbus 26 running shoe review. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more shoe reviews just like this one. And if you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.